between our visitors and the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, it's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Complete. Smith has it. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 13 carries, 56 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line. Back to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Back to throw again. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. It's a gain of 35. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way.
let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expect it to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yeah, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them. To show
now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Operating from the gun, Hawkins. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Operating from the gun, Hawkins. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Well, they bring their punter out there now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. So nothing doing there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so you know his confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Throwing again, Hawkins. Under pressure, and down he goes. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Back to throw. Hawkins. Over the middle, it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, when we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on. And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The New York set to take the field. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have a Giants first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to wind up and air it out. He rifles one that's intercepted. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, Where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And now out comes Houston. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Hawkins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. On 3rd down, Hawkins. Escaping the pressure right. And this throw will be intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Throwing on 1st down. Hawkins, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And who's got it? The Giants!
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
That caught up to him. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They're trying to get back on track. They had the loss last week to the Dallas Cowboys. The good news, they've got the lead right now. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
2nd down and inches. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants go up by 2 touchdowns.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston set to take over. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
And that wound up traveling at even 58 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Buying time to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the side. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
The offense on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and forever. Dancing to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And his kick is indeed good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. New York's offense back out there and set to go. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Yeah, that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, he can be a load to handle off the edge, and he can do it against the pass. Sure, he can do it against the run like he did there.
And you mentioned a load. How about having to adjust to his speed as well? Because not only does he bring some pop, he brings some dash as well. A nice play in that situation.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Back to throw here. Man open left side. It's Williams. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They'll set up a throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
They'll start this drive out on the ground and able to get it across the 10 to the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to them. 11 yards and a first down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, first and 10. Operating from the gun, Hawkins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Flyers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is, what, 3-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D.
Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. First and 10 upcoming. And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. It's Williams on the catch. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. They're going to look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the second.
Well, let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you get a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going? Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Throwing to start the drive. Hawkins toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
Brandon, how about that reaction there from a defensive end? Able to recognize the screen pass trying to happen. Broke off his pass rush, and then get back to tackle the running back. That's a very athletic and intelligent play. Reminds me of you working.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Now meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We start in the AFC West with Las Vegas heading to their former home in L.A. to take on the Chargers at SoFi Stadium. And it's the Raiders out in front as they approach halftime. The Raiders seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they lead the visiting Houston Texans at halftime. The Rams looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs needed desperately to avoid going to 1-4, and they're able to do that with a victory there. We'll move on now to check out the next-gen stats in that first half for our home team. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Looking to throw on second down. Hawkins. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he will have a Giants first down, at least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of the football. In the first half, he was hanging shadow on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Ingram. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Here's the option going left on second down. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Out of the gun now on third down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a Giants first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing, and that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3, just get the ball right to the receiver.
Is the hitch route. Tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step, like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This is caught by Williams. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 2nd and 5. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Got his man. It's Williams. And he will have the Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A lot of times when you get back in a 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 2nd and 2. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a...
And he takes it into the end zone for a Giant TD. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Extra point safely through. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Hawkins. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. On the move to his left. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's got it to Williams. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. They'll look to throw again. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. first down. Hawkins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
On 1st and 10, Hawkins. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. To throw on 2nd down, Hawkins. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Hawkins. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hawkins. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. And you hate to say it for the rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. This offense so far on third down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Hawkins. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Now out come the Giants. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. They go play action here on first down. That is caught at the 7. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That puts them in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Touchdown! From 4 yards out. And the Flyers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fielded right around the 8. And New York set to take the field. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Williams brings it in. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back to throw now on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. On 3rd, here's an option play right. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And they'll send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. And the Giants send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Shifts by him.
A good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Houston set to take over.
They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop.
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. 53 yards.
And the Flyers strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th.
Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6.
This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Giants now down 28-21. A minute 8 to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. Back to throw. And he's got his big wide receiver complete.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Complete in the end zone.
These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to go up top for the end zone.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for our visitors, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins.